set up for my preschool-aged daughter. Strewing is an important tool that we can use to help children play independently and to spark creativity in our children's play. And that is the topic of today's episode of Truly Madly Intentionally Mom, my little corner on the internet where I like to share my parenting experiences to help raise consciousness and intentionality around parenting. Strewing in the context of children and play means setting up play invitations for children. I learned about this beautiful concept from a blog called The Artful Parent, and this is a blog that is my eternal source of inspiration for art and craft activities for my daughter. Now, I mostly strew an activity or two the night before. That is, I lay out activities that I think my daughter might be interested in a way that feels inviting. When my daughter sees the invitation in the morning, she is automatically invited into the play without us having to ask her to go and play. Play is something children are naturally drawn to, and if we set up a play invitation for them that is age-appropriately challenging and hence lucrative enough, they will be sure to take it up without having to be told. The main idea behind strewing is to keep children self-motivated in their play. When children enter play through self-motivation, it enables them to get into a state of flow in their play. And a state of flow enables children to be absorbed in their play for long, uninterrupted stretches of time. And when children play in this manner for long, uninterrupted stretches of time, they are able to reap the maximum benefit of play. They are able to unleash all of their creative and imaginative powers, and we get to sip our coffee while it's still hot. Although the term strewing sounds very fancy, the strews themselves do not need to be anything fancy at all. A couple of recyclable waste pieces of cardboard and some paint work perfectly well as an enticing strew for toddlers and preschoolers. For little babies, even simple kitchen utensils such as a baby-safe cup and a spoon or an old handbag filled with random baby-safe materials can be strews that can engage them for a long time. A nice, crisp, white sheet of paper and some art supplies are a strew that is enticing enough even for adults, so this one can be used for all ages. When strewing, however, we need to be mindful of our child's skills and capabilities and need to make sure that they would not get stuck and need to ask for help from the very beginning, as this might come in the way of the strew capturing their interest. So we need to provide the scaffolding for the strews. Scaffolding is a term used in construction, and it refers to a temporary structure on the outside of a building that is under construction, and that is the structure that supports the main structure until it is ready to stand on its own. So we need to provide that kind of support for areas that we know our children might struggle with. For example, if your crayons are in a box that your child cannot open, we could open it beforehand to make sure that the child does not start their play on a frustrated note because of not being able to open the box of crayons. Or if your child is still too young to peel stickers from scratch, you could peel a tiny corner so they don't get stuck. This ensures your child's smooth entry into the play, and that is one way to make sure they can stay involved for longer stretches of time. Now, I am aware that listening to descriptions in this manner might make it seem like a lot of work, but trust me, with a little dedication and discipline, it doesn't take too long. Although I said earlier that I generally strew every night, there have certainly been times when I have strewed in the quick 2 minutes that my daughter was in the toilet. And of course, you can also strew while your kids are around, but doing it in their absence adds a small element of surprise, which we love here in our family. But you could certainly do whatever suits yours. A few minutes of work for us, but that will yield long periods of independent, uninterrupted playtime for your child, which enhances their creativity and gives you free time to do whatever you like. How often do I change strews? I tend to keep them for as long as my child seems interested. Some strews don't spark any interest at all, and some may last for a few days. Also, one thing I must mention is that it is very easy to be disheartened when your child shows no interest in a strew that you have painstakingly set up. But I would like to bring to your attention that it does not necessarily mean that you have done something wrong. Some strews may not spark interest at all. Sometimes some strews may spark interest when you use them again after a couple of days, say. So it is a good idea to strew more than one activity when you strew for your child, so they always have something to do or something to switch up if one activity starts getting monotonous. And as I mentioned, monotony and boredom, I want to bring your attention to the fact that strewing will not ensure that your children don't get bored. Children will certainly get bored, and it is, I believe, good for them because it gives them the opportunity to train their creativity muscle and help it grow stronger. And for more on this, just click on the link above to watch my other video about children and boredom. So go ahead, set up some strews for your child, enjoy watching your children at play, and enjoy your hot cuppa. Thanks very much for watching this episode, and if this content resonates with you, I hope you have subscribed to this channel. Also, don't forget to hit the little bell icon which tells you every time I upload a new episode. Signing off for now, take care and bye-bye.